All right. Welcome, everyone. Give me just a second and I will get started on the live lecture. All right. Let me put it in pause. There we go. Just 1 second, okay? Here it is. Yeah, there it is. I don't know how to do it, man, but okay. So, welcome everyone that is watching me here on YouTube. As you already know, every Sunday and between Monday or Sunday, I give a live lecture, or as I like to call it, a live training session, because I have a program, right? On this program, I teach everything that it comes to imagology, the science that studies image. This has to do with communication, creating new perceptions, destroying old perceptions, creating new realities, communication, everything that has to do with becoming a better version of yourself through the power of image, which is exactly the name of my program, this online school, all right? And today we're gonna continue to talk about image in sales, or selling through your image, right? This is very important. And let me just start recording here on my session with my students. There we go. You get access, this is sounds like a pitch, I know. Bear with me, guys. And once you subscribe, this is a monthly program where you subscribe, you get access to many different things that no one else has access to. You get a free product after the first time you subscribe. Then every 2 months you get a new product, whichever you want. And then also you get every month a coaching session, Skype session with me. You get access to me 24/7. Whenever you are doing something and you're not very sure about it, then you can send me a message and I will be available to you, right? Plus the live training sessions with Q&A, okay? Today's lecture, guys, is about selling through your image. Now, last lecture we discussed it, right? We talked about the awareness of it, how to be aware of that how image plays a huge role when it comes to sales. Because a lot of people just think that selling is just talking, selling is just showing up, selling has nothing to do with the way you look, or even further away, you think that image is just about the way that you look. And you guys already know that image is not just the way that you look, image is not just your fashion, it's beyond that, right? It's six subcategories, and this falls into one of them. It could be professional image, but basically, whenever you start creating perceptions and controlling or manipulating perceptions, this is when you need to be good at the power of image, right? You use this power because it is a power. You use it to build a reputation, to create a reputation, to change a perception. What do I mean by changing a perception? Well, you know that people buy based on perceptions, right? If someone has a perception of a service, a product of a person to be good, let's say that all of a sudden, well, let's go back into history, right? Smoking a cigarette. Back in the day, the perception was that it was actually good for your health. Like, I'm talking about the 20s, the 40s, the 30s. People believed that it was good for you. Whenever, there were quote unquote experts that said, well, if you want to be a better communicator when it comes to public speaking, you need to smoke one cigarette a day, because that will open up your throat. And these were the experts back in the day, and they thought that actually it was good. They would actually suggest that you smoke a cigarette, right? So the perception that cigarettes had, it was very powerful, and it was very accepted by everyone in the world. So because it was the perception that was created around this product, this very harmful and shitty product, and you have to know that it is shitty, people bought it, and people thought that it was good, and they were doing it all day, all night, right? Now the perception changed because of many different things. This is the power of image, changing and manipulating a perception that the next thing that happens, this perception is an action, right? You perceive it in one way, you create an emotion without perception, you attach an emotion without perception, and then what follows is, of course, an action. All right. If I perceive this, then I will have a feeling or an opinion about it. And once I've created a judgment or an opinion about it, then I will act accordingly. This is how our brain acts or reacts to the world. If you have an opinion, or this is the first time that you ever see me, and the perception that you have about me is very negative, it doesn't matter if I have the correct answers and everything that you're searching. The perception that you have will create an opinion, and once you attach that opinion into me, you start correlating it with all experiences with other people, and you're like, immediately you tag me, right? You put a tag onto me, you put a label, and then you either accept me or like me or not, right? The moment you don't accept me because you don't like it, the perception was negative, boom. It doesn't matter if I'm talking about something that is important to you. You will be like, nah, fuck you, Pablo, all right? This is just what it is. So this is why it's very important, perception or image in sales. It's super important. And today we're gonna talk about the techniques, the steps. I'm gonna give you 3 steps to build the best perceptions about your product, about your service, about your company, to sell more through your image. All right, guys? So the first thing, we got to change the perception about sales, right? This is coming from the point of view, or the, how do I call it? The perception. I know that I'm saying a lot of perception, I'm repeating myself right now, but this is coming from the point of view of an image consultant, right? I know that there's a bunch of people out there talking about sales. There's a lot of websites, books, people talking about it, sales gurus and all that. I'm not here to teach you how to sell like per se, like these people, right? If you want to learn the actual techniques, I can teach you, because I've been learning from the most wonderful, most powerful people. I've actually paid them to coach me. But this is not who I am. I'm an image consultant, right? So I deal with perception. So let's change the perception. The first thing that you need to understand about sales, about changing your perception of sales, is you have to be able to have the deal of your life. You have only one deal, the biggest deal of your entire life, my friends, which is selling yourself. Now, I don't care if you work for a company. I don't care if you work in, like a store, like selling a product on shit. It could be like a Best Buy or something like that, or a fashion store, whatever. I don't care if you're selling something tangible or intangible, a service, blah, blah, blah. If you're an entrepreneur, business owner, the deal of your life and the most important sale is, of course, you. This is the perception that you need to have, because before you even get to say your speech, before you even get to sell the product and talk about the benefits and all that, you must understand that you are selling yourself. This is what it is, all right? And a lot of people miss this. A lot of people don't understand the importance, the level of importance that selling yourself, how important it is, right? People think they only focus on one thing, on saying the correct words, or mirror and match, how do you call it? Like mirroring, matching the body language, because that will open up the channels of communication. And they get stuck in the techniques, in the technical aspects of sales. They get stuck on the technical things about the product or their service, right? Like, oh, I know everything about my product, and I'm gonna name it like on a list. Boop, 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 boop. No. Before you even get to speak about your product, all of this, you're first speaking about yourself. You are first selling yourself. So how is the wrapping of this product? What is the logo of this product? I mean, do you like the product or not? And by product, I mean you, right? This is about marketing yourself, branding yourself. This is just what it is, guys. Understand, you are selling yourself. So you have to be on point. You have to be sharp about you. You have to look phenomenal, look for the part. Whatever it is that you're trying to communicate, whatever it is the perception that you need your customers to see, you need to look for the part, right? If I'm talking about image and being an image consultant, and then I show up in my pajamas, something will not be congruent. And I don't care if I'm saying the correct words in your mind, in your brain, it will be like, this motherfucker is trying to hustle me. And I don't like it. No one likes to be played with, right? That's why the perception of a salesman is always like someone very sleazy that doesn't give a fuck about me, that he just wants my money and blah blah blah. He's trying to hustle and very selfish, right? No, 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 no. We are all selling ourselves. The best sale in our lives is us. What do we represent? What is our logo? And by logo, I mean our grooming habits. Do you brush your teeth? Do you moisturize your skin? Do you look healthy? What your hairstyle? What is, of course, the clothes that you're wearing and all of this. So you're selling yourself, right? This is very, very, very important to create, to generate the first perception, which is the first impression. You've heard it, first impression, last impression. You need to create a positive perception about you before you even get to speak about your product. All right, that is done. After you understand this, which is something that we covered on the last lecture, I'm gonna teach you, or I'm gonna cover 3 steps that, in regards to the power of image, are very important to create and generate perceptions, right? And these 3 steps are so simple, yet a lot of people just, because they're very simple, they think that they're not important and they miss it, right? They miss the point and they don't know how to do it. These 3 steps are making the appointment, or generating an appointment, going to the appointment, and what you do after the appointment, the following up, right, of the sale. Maybe I will teach you some things about closing a deal through your image. I can teach you that through the subconscious communication of your style and all these things. But let's get started, all right? Before let them buy you first, and then they will buy the rest of you. If you can generate confidence, and if you can generate, like, you can bridge the shorten the gap between you and your customers, and you have a positive impression and image about you, then they will trust you, and then maybe you can start selling them something else. So first, sell yourself. Now, when you make an appointment, right? I'm not talking about just showing up and that's it. No. If you've never done sales or something like that, you will have to do sales. I mean, sales are everything in life. And I say it, I think of myself as a salesman before an image consultant, because I'm selling myself, right? All the time I'm selling myself. An idea, whether I'm talking to my girlfriend or I'm talking to, I don't know, my mom, I'm selling an idea and I want to persuade them, right? So we are all salesmen, salesmen, saleswomen, whatever you want to call it, right? We are all selling something all the time. So making an appointment, if you don't have the phone, if you don't know the person, if you're just doing it like spontaneously, just someone that you don't know, like a cold sale, maybe you have the website and maybe you will send an email. Well, the perception starts in the way that you write that email, what you attach to that email. That's right, my friends. The power of image is not only about how you look. Remember, it's everything that surrounds you. So if you are someone that is very sharp, talks very smooth, and whatever, so on and so on, but on your email, the way that you write, the grammar of it, and just the words that you use are not correct, the structure of your email and the letter is not appealing and it's not attractive, you will generate a wrong impression, a negative perception about you and your service and your company, right? So the first approach, I'm going to talk about the email, right? So in the email, you have to first have as much information as you can, gather as much information as you can from that person or that company. You must be a total stalker. Nowadays, with the internet and with social media, you can stalk a person like instantly, right? If you know the name of the company, you will immediately go in there, type in the CEO and search for the secretary or the people that work there, and you can find them, right? It's very easy to find them. You'll search for their name on Facebook, on Instagram, on Tumblr, or all these different platforms, because you want to gather as much information as you can, so that you will generate the perception based on the needs of your customer, right? It's about showing what they need, not what you want. We discussed that on the last lecture, so I'm not even gonna go there, right? Now, after you get all this data, or you gather all this data, what you want to do is you want to first, if you're approaching on an email, you want to get you want to get the phone number. I know that a lot of people don't want to do phone calls, they want to do cold calling and all these things, but you must be comfortable with the idea of, yes, cold calling. This is very important. This is very, very important. But now, because we are becoming more distant, right, because of the social media, now it's easier to, the first approach is going to be on an email, or maybe a message on the I don't know, on the page, on the web page, or on the Facebook page. That's the first approach. That's why your Facebook page and your social media image must be on point and must be congruent with the things that you're going to show, with the perception that you want them, what you want to generate to your audience, right? If they do the same thing to you, they start gathering information about you and data, and they go into your social media and they look like someone who is not responsible, you know, you are, oh shit, give me just a second. You are actually taking a shot, and that's actually the thumbnail that you have on your social media, right? That's a profile picture that you have. Then it's not going to be congruent, it's not going to be powerful. So that's why you must be extra careful, right? Extra careful. Pay attention to everything that you communicate, because that it will immediately create a perception, which means an image about you, and they will start creating an idea about you. They will start, I don't know that we don't like the word judging, but they will start judging us. They will start creating a label, trying to put you into a category. That's how we work as human beings. I know it's pretty shitty, but that's how we work, right? Okay, guys. So you want to get the phone on the email, right? Then after you get the phone, the same thing happens. The image that you will generate just by the sound of your voice, you want to always stand up. You always want to be standing up and smiling like you are in front of that person and being like, hey, what you want to do? And I'm not going to get too much into details, into the technical aspects of it, because, you know, I've studied with Jordan Belfort, I've studied with Brian Casella, I've studied with Grant Cardone, and you know, guys, that they're out there, and I'm not here to teach you something that you can learn from them, right? That's their area of expertise. That's good for them. Okay, go for it. But talking as an image consultant, right? Never, ever ask for a favor. You must be a little bit of a egotistical, if I said that correctly. I mean, if you are presenting an opportunity, remember, you are not selling something like a sleazy motherfucker. You are presenting a wonderful opportunity that they actually need. They need you to close that deal. They actually need your product. They actually need your service. If you know that in your core, then you will never be like, oh, please, would you send me your phone because I would like to. No, that's just beta. That's just wrong. You will generate the wrong impression. You will create a wrong perception about you. It will go lower, right? And you must approach not higher, not like, oh, I'm better than you and you need me, motherfuckers. No, but on the same level, like, hey, like I'm someone like I already know you, right? How do you talk to your mom? How do you talk to your uncle? You will not be like, oh, please, oh, friend, please, can you? No. You're like, hey, what's up, brother? Can you come to my house and bring a couple of things, blah blah blah, right? Because you have how do you call it? Comfort. You're confident with the relationship, comfortable and confident in your relationship with the people that you know. This is what you want to generate when it comes to the perception on sales, selling through your image, right? So never ask for a favor, and the words that you use, the wording, that creates an image about you as well. You must be sharp. Choose your words carefully. Read a lot of books. Write down your script. Go over it again and again and again and again. Try, practice before you actually go into the cold calling, right? And then I always generate the impression that you are giving them an opportunity based on blah blah blah, because you've gathered a lot of information, right? You know a lot about the company, the CEO, or even the secretary. You know a lot about them. You will tell them, okay, so I have this great opportunity based on ... because I know that you guys are doing ... and since blah blah blah, and this opportunity is just so great that I cannot give it I cannot say everything on the phone. This is so important. I know it's very important for you guys that it will be better if we see each other. You know, it's actually important for us to see each other because this is a huge opportunity. And you make them believe that. This is the impression that you need to generate. This is the perception. This is the image that you need to present into their minds and into their eyes and into their ears. This is just the image that you need to present. So never ask for a favor and always appeal to the ego of your customers. Always give a little thing, you know, like make them feel important. The best topic the best conversation is always about the other person because they actually love talking about themselves. They love if you know something about them, like, oh, I know that you are one of the best companies in America that do this, and this, and I know that this is an opportunity, blah 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 blah. Right? The things that I'm gonna cover right now, I'm not sure that I wanna share it here for free on my YouTube channel. So if you're more interested, send me a message right now. Maybe I can cut the deal with you if you're very interested in the power of image. Remember that you can get a free product after you sign up. You get a free consultation as well. So just DM me, send me a comment, send me your questions again, and I will see you in the next one, okay? That's it for you guys.